Yeah, my name is Dr. Fred Bell, and I've been a scientist, I guess, since I was a kid. I attended the University of Michigan when I was very young, and then I went from there, and I worked at the University of Michigan on in the physics lab at the Randolph Lab under a guy by the name of Dr. Katz. We did some research with the Philadelphia experiment, which wasn't called that in those days. It was just some area of phenomenal research that was being done. Worked with atomic equipment like the cyclotron, the synchrotron. Left that, I went into the Air Force. I was involved with the Air Force with early warning radar at the 776th Aero Squadron up in Northern California. And the radars I worked on, one of them was real interesting, was called an ANF-PS35. And it was the one that was developed out at Los Alamos and was in use when the Rosswell crash took place, because that was the type of microwave radar that brought those ships down, because they had very sensitive plutonium reactors that reacted with the radio frequency emissions from the radar. So then I went from there. I left and went to work for Rockwell for a number of years, and worked with different divisions of Rockwell, from optics stuff, which like the ILAS contracts over at Autonetics, which became the basement of the Star Wars project. Then I went into propulsion systems and worked with Wernher von Braun on the Saturn, which eventually took man to the moon. And I left the aerospace industry and went into electronic instrumentation. I worked for a firm up called EH Research for a long time in Oakland, California, and my job there was to instrumentize over 2,000 projects all over the United States. So I went into about 3,000 different firms, one after the other, and did instrumentation. So at that time, I was pretty much abreast of everything that was scientifically going on in America, almost every project. I had 15 years out of secret clearance. So I left that and started my own electronics manufacturing company, and sold that and retired for a while and studied with Hemley and Masters.